Ciao ragazzi, this is Katie Portanova, and you're listening to Florence and Me. I'm a lover of stories and all things Italian, and I'm going to bring you all that in this podcast. My intention is to inspire you to step out of your comfort zone and explore life and travel the world. Join me as I tell you my story and many others about Italy and my love, Florence. Andiamo! Ciao. It's Katie again after a long bike ride. It is hot. Probably not as hot as Italy or Texas or anywhere else in the southern United States or Africa, because I'm sure it's hotter there. But I took a long bike ride and I was like, I need to create a podcast episode. It's been a while. It's been almost a month, and I'm sorry. I've done a lot of publicity, I just recorded yesterday an amazing podcast episode with my new friends, Hillary and Jamin at Traveling FOMO podcast. And I had a lot of fun talking about how has travel changed me. So that was really awesome, really powerful conversation with them, and I appreciate it. I will share that episode when I have it. The other thing, I added another early bird to the September 2024 retreat. So if you book by October 1st, you get $200 off. You're welcome. You still have time. I have one person signed up. She got the early bird with $300 off. So happy that she is joining us. It'll be her first time to Italy. This is a great trip for anybody if it's their first time, because you're going to be surrounded by people like me, my husband, my mother-in-law, and people that have actually been to and know their way around Italy. My mother-in-law will be in the kitchen, so she won't be coming with us, but she knows her way around the kitchen. So she will be feeding our bellies. It will be amazing. If you want more information on that, feel free to go to my website and fill out that questionnaire for the Tuscany travel retreat, and we can get on a call and talk about it. So today I thought I'd talk about things you should bring or things to pack for Italy. Now it's coming down to the end of August. Italians have done their vacations or still on vacation right now, but maybe you're leaving for September, because September is a beautiful time to go. That's why I planned my retreat for it, because they harvest the grapes. It's a little cooler, and it's not as crowded in a lot of places, because June, July, and August are the crowded months in big cities. So it's the perfect time to go. So if you're going, great. Nice job getting on this podcast episode, because you need this. So one of the things that always comes to mind when I think what I should pack, especially if it's summer or also if it's winter, if you're not wearing a coat, one winter you are, I guess I want to say fall, maybe wearing a t-shirt or a tank top still because it's warm out, always pack a scarf. And you might be like, why, Katie? I don't need a scarf. It's good. It's like 1,000,000,000 degrees out. You need a scarf when you walk into churches. If you plan on going into a lot of churches, it's out of respect. So if you have bare shoulders, they don't like that. You might not be told to put on a scarf or told to leave, but in smaller churches, but in bigger churches, you will be kind of looked down on. So a scarf is a great little, like, it can be a spring scarf. So it's not like a heavy scarf, not like a winter scarf, but you won't have that problem in winter or fall, because you will probably wear a jacket and you'll be fine. But also on that same note, like if you are wearing shorts, I don't know if it's changed, but when I was going to the Vatican and some of the bigger churches, like they weren't allowing people to go in with like really short shorts or skirts, but I could be wrong. They could be letting people in now just because it's so hot. They can't expect you to wear pants. But you could wear probably like capris, which that's usually when I plan. If I'm going to like a big church out of respect, I'll wear capris because it covers, it's not, Daisy Dukes. So, so a scarf is a great thing to pack. And for electronics, always remember to pack your converters. Now, this goes for all of Europe. I know you can find them in the airport. If you forget them, they're going to be a heavy penny, but, as long as you get them. Because when you get to Italy, it's really hard to find those converters. So if you forgot them, buy them in the airport. Otherwise, you will not find them. Unless you have an Apple, then you could find the extension, perhaps. I'm not sure. But me and Stefan still use the converter, the little USB attachment for the Apple, those of you that have Apple, when we go overseas. So, converters, very important. For the ladies, I recommend a crossbody bag. Why do I recommend this? I recommend it because if you're in a big, chaotic area, or you're in a big piazza, or maybe you're on the bus or the train or whatever, and it's packed, it's nice to swing your bag around, and so you have it against your body, and so it's not behind you. And I'm thinking of my Patagonia one, that brand. It's a nice big compartment for a water bottle and your wallet and a phone and everything. So a crossbody bag is great because you could always have your hand on it. And also when you're walking in the streets in Tuscany or in the nature, it's nice to have it around on your back, because it's not something you're holding on to because it's on your body. A backpack is great, but I feel like men like to carry backpacks, which is great, but you could really stuff a lot into the backpack, and then that's heavy on your back. So if you're going on a day trip, I would just try to get as many things into a crossbody bag, and maybe just a little bit in your backpack if you're taking a backpack. But if you're walking a lot and stuff, you've got 2 bags then, and it's a lot of things to remember, especially if you sit down at a bar, cafe, you get a cafe, and then you don't want to forget it. You don't want to put it down on the ground and then it's gone, especially if you have camera equipment or any type of important documents, hopefully you don't carry around your passport, but your wallet and everything. It's just really, it's important to have less is more. When you're walking around Italy, especially in really high tourist areas where the pickpocketers are everywhere. So crossbody bag, I would recommend for sure. And then it leads me to, you really need comfortable footwear. Now, I'm not saying you need to get orthotics or something really high tech so you're comfortable, but I really want you to find those shoes that you can walk for hours in. Especially when you're on my retreat. I would like you to be able to walk at least 3 miles a day, comfortably. And you want those shoes to match. So in the summer, I like to wear my Mephisto sandals. Mephisto, Mephisto. They are my favorite. I still have some that I've had for over 15 years. I just bought a new pair. They're worth the price. I love them to death. They are my go-to in summer, and I'm going to bring them this September when I go visit family. And the other pair of shoes that I found recently, I've worn them once to Italy, and I'm going to give them another try this time. Allbirds. Allbirds is a really good brand too. Really comfy shoes. You can wear them without socks, but I like to wear socks. But you can wear them without socks, and you can also wash them, which is amazing. So comfy footwear, because you have cobblestones you're going to be walking down. You're going to be walking up hills, down hills. It's really important to have your feet taken care of, because you only have 2. You can't get a foot replacement, unfortunately. Well, fortunately also, because that would not be fun. Anyway, and on the note of footwear, please, good God, do not walk around Florence or anywhere with flip-flops. No. Flip-flops in Italy are for inside the house or at the beach. Nowhere else. Don't walk into a church with them. Don't walk into a pub with them. Gross. Just don't. No, don't do it. Okay. And then the last thing I always like to carry with me is like a small umbrella. Like one of those that are like, not a huge one that expands, but there's like these tiny ones that are probably like, I don't know, like 3, I don't know how big, but small. I'm holding out my hands like you can see me. But like a small umbrella that you can put into your bag, because you never know when it's going to rain, especially in the summer. Sometimes it just randomly rains, but it's going to feel good, so you probably won't take out your umbrella. But in the fall, it'll rain. Like November is like a rainy month. September last year was rainy too when we were there. So it's kind of, you never know. And with rain, have a poncho or have a raincoat that you like to wear. That's always important. And especially when we're starting to head into fall. If you're heading into Italy, September, October, it's so important, guys, to bundle up. Even if it's 60 degrees out and you take everything off and it starts raining, you'll be so surprised how quickly you get sick, because the humidity is really, really high there, even in the fall. So what we say in Italian is like the cold gets into your bones because it's so damp. And even if the sun comes out, it's great. But I'll tell you, like my last retreat in September, it was the end of September, and all of them kind of got sick throughout because it was raining on and off, and we were taking things off, putting things on, like cardigans on, coats off, and like scarves would be ideal during this time, just to protect your neck. Because I learned that here, another thing, if like Italians believe that like you can catch a cold with a bare neck. So that's why a lot of Italians wear scarves all the time, even men. Except my husband, Stefano doesn't like scarves. But I think it's important to have those protective barriers, especially with the weather and how crazy the weather is everywhere, all over the world with global warming. So scarves, layers, umbrella. Yeah, so that's my episode today. I know I told you I was gonna have Julia on. This was gonna be her episode. She's been not feeling well because she's pregnant, and she does have a disease called, I'm not gonna say it right, cerebromyelina, which is a disease that attacks her nerves. So she's in a lot of pain. So I didn't make her get on the podcast or do an episode with me. I want her to be at her like tip-top self. So next time, hopefully I'll have her on and we'll talk about some cool travel tips again, and hear about what's going on in northern Italy, because she has a beautiful garden and all her kitties are so cute, and she's growing a little baby inside her, so it's so cute. Anyway, this is it. Thanks for listening. And thanks for staying with me. Sorry it's been so long. I will be shooting a couple more episodes out in the next few weeks. Please send me your comments, questions. If you want anything I can talk about, I would love to. You can write me at trulyitalytours@gmail.com. Or you could just go to my website, send me a message. And yeah, that's it. Allora, buongiorno, buonasera, buonanotte, wherever you are. And I'll see you next time. A presto. Ciao, ciao, ciao. I am beyond grateful for you listening to my podcast right now. I am so excited to share my journey of living abroad and all of my stories of Florence and Italy and all the places in between that I've visited. If this has reached you in any way and you would like to continue, please subscribe now. Also, go check out my website, trulyitaly.tours, for all my travel experiences. Ci si vede. Ciao.